Perfect. Okay, let's get into it. Thank you for taking this time with me, Lee. I think it's gonna be cool because I know what that legacy means funny things in and out of the world, but there's a legacy of your face on these videos as we've learned how to do the accounting and stuff, which I think is really fun. Okay. How should we start? So I'm looking to figure out like basically that like how do I make this transaction and bookkeep the transaction for closing out the We Are Collective like account within GenderFucked. Tell me
Yeah.
more.
So why don't you first share your screen and take me into your QuickBooks and show me how you've entered all of the activities so far.
Okay, got it. Um the do, do, do. Let me share my little screen.
And while you're getting everything together, I'm gonna see if I can find some additional.
A side note too is that we have a new email, so I'll follow up with you after this, but we have at genderfuck.org with our actual org on it. So we don't use the PH email anymore. But if you send things there, I'll still have them and I'll still see them. Just want to let you know though.
Um,
Okay.
in 1 second, I'm on the sidelines just trying to pull something up real quick.
You got it, coach. Time out, time out.
You were faster than me. Yeah.
I'm not up to date right now. I think the last time that we accounted, let me see. Last time we did one of our like little sit down days, we were doing something different.
Oh,
Do,
I know something that's perfect actually. MIBF. Because they paid they had a case where Midwest Immigration Bond Funds, they pay bonds for folks that are, abducted by ICE. And so they haven't always had all of the money to do that. And so they've worked with different organizations. And so it's not a fiscal sponsorship, but there have been times where another organization paid the bond for some folks that were bonded out, but it was expected, but like gave the sort of the task and the money over to MIBF, sort of like a re-grant situation. So even though they had paid the other people had paid the bonds, we were expected to get the money back in the future. So they were on our books as like, a receivable. And then at the end of the day, there was, I think in one case we had a money transfer back where we wanted to close out the situation. So I think that we might be able to have some materials and some like documents that lawyers have worked on and that I have permission to share. Uh,
Yay! Hell yeah. Thank you.
yeah. So I'll figure that out.
I sometimes feel like you're like the whiz behind the curtain, and
Uh,
then we pull it out and it's like just this cool trans person like doing accounting. And you're like, actually, there's a document for that. And I'm like, oh, keeping me legal.
let me just get you my template
Okay.
for orgs. It was, I think it was PPF that we, payment tracker. Momento. HAE. Okay, yeah. So there's that. And then I think also I can take I lost your, there we go. So that might be helpful. I've got that open on the side. And then I can also like think about some materials that I might be able to access through Crossroads Fund because they've done fiscal sponsorships and I think ended them before. So I can ask Makiko, who is the current person like working on the books there, if like she would mind meeting with me to either like show her stuff to me or just send me some materials if it's easy. So yeah. So now let's look at your transaction so far.
Great. It would that be me going to bank transactions here?
So where I would like you to go is let's go to reports.
Got it.
Uh,
Reports.
you were fiscal sponsor, correct? So um, it should be on your statement of financial position.
Got it.
and run that for all time.
Got it. Um, this year to date. All dates? That's it, right?
And then do you see that like three lines of the arrow that's like between the black and the white edge up there? Can you hide the side menu? No.
Oh, yeah, you're right. You're right. Thank you,
Yeah.
Lee. I was
Word.
thinking about that.
I was like, can
Save
you
this
get rid of
customization,
that thing?
run
Okay, so that's
report.
good. Now let's scroll down and let me take a look at your um oh very slowly. Can you start
Okay.
back at the top?
Yes, I can definitely go slowly.
Right, I'm down to liabilities. So I'm not seeing anything on there on your books so far showing that like I would expect. So where I'd like you to go next is to go to the magnifying glass
Yes.
and top right and start typing the name as it's entered into QuickBooks for the
They're a class. It's We Are Collective is the project.
oh,
Um, so like every time we've done a transaction like with them, we'll like class it as We Are Collective. That's how we've been like keeping track of things, if that makes sense.
I'm not sure. Let's look at
Like whack would be like what I'd imagine searching for because that's what we're classing each of the transactions that we've done with this like group. They were like a project within Genderfuck was how we phrased it kind of before.
okay, so programmatic expenses. So all of them, so they haven't sent you any money and you haven't received any donations for them that was in their name.
We have received donations in their name. And when they started with us, they made like a deposit, which was like their starting like balance of sorts.
Okay, so that should have been entered in as on as like a liability basically.
Okay.
So it's when you're a fiscal sponsor, like you get money for that's like you hold for people or that you either just accept and then immediately distribute. And if you're running transactions, like if you're letting them use your bank, like usually it's like they have their own bank and their own expenses and like maybe you'll take money and then you'll immediately send it out to them. And that's like that's like a general low touch fiscal sponsor. And then it sounds like what you're kind of doing is taking money for them, accepting money from them, and also like paying for stuff on behalf of them.
Yeah, maybe fiscal sponsor is not the right word for it
I
because
mean, yeah,
the group has come in to work with us and they um like didn't have a bank account, didn't have a business, didn't have like anything set up, very like DIY dance kind of stuff happening.
yeah, and that sounds like a fiscal sponsorship to me.
Yes.
Um,
Okay.
but yeah, so like where that should have been uh really let me see if I can. Oh, I know. I just want to show you a visual aid really quick.
Sounds good. I'll
Show
stop
you
sharing my
how it,
screen.
yeah, I'm just searching up is what I meant to.
But I do hear you. Yeah, I feel like when I've looked at larger nonprofits, I see them operate that fiscal sponsorship from a perspective of like we like use our account to apply for grants. If it comes in, we'll send it out to you, and then like most otherwise not touching their money in
Right.
the organization, right?
Right. Yeah. Like, do you have any like sort of a fiscal sponsorship like contract or like what paper do you have?
Yes. We have a fiscal sponsorship contract. Right now we're fiscal sponsors for Puppet Queers and We Are Collective. We Are Collective is ending. The truth of it is it's been a bit like muddy, unclear because Trans Voices Cabaret, for instance, was like DIY, no bank account, just operating on their own. And they were like, we want this to be a gender fucked project. So now that is like owned by gender fucked. It's not really going anywhere.
Um,
Um, versus like Puppet Cruise and We Are Collective are artistically operating pretty independently, and just wanted like the financial logistical support of Gender Fucked.
yeah,
So
and that's
I could show you the fiscal sponsor form if that would be helpful.
yeah, if you can pull that up for a moment or just maybe you can send it in an email
Yeah, I can send it an email.
or you can upload it to the Drive folder that I have. You know where our it's under Genderfuck Productions, Lad Hoc Accounting Resources, I guess is what.
Got it. Yeah, I can do that. Um, Great. Let me pull up. Do you want the signed version? The it didn't change from the signed versions to not signed, but in our drive, I have the unsigned version right
No,
now.
unsigned is fine. Sorry,
Perfect.
can bring
Okay.
this
I'm gonna
back up.
download that as a PDF. Okay. Um, and
Let
I'll
me look.
load that to the drive. Oh, I need to go to my old email to go to the drive. Share it with me. Type folder. It would be um what did you title the folder? Or I could just try emailing it
I
again.
can share it with you really quick.
Okay, great.
I'll just share that.
Are you putting it in the chat?
Yes, I am.
Okay, perfect.
Make you press like 52 buttons to share a link.
And that
Click on the thing and then click on the thing and then click on the thing and then are you sure you want to do the thing? I mean, I've clicked 4 buttons to share this link. Yes, I want to share the link, my friend.
literally,
Fuck's sake. I mean, I'm account like my wrists are precious resources. I can't keep clicking all these dang buttons. Oh, okay. Here is
no, truly fuck the buttons.
okay, now let me read this financial statement really quickly. It's very complicated, so I need a brain.
More than okay. I
And
should even the
you
form.
don't even want to know what the crossroads like financial statements look like. For fuck's sake. Yeah, you should be taking like 10%, which are like fiscal sponsorship fees generally for just moving money in and out, or whatever percentage you want. Um, but then if you're also like kind of like taking on expenses, it's like kind of it's more for the books than it is like, at the end of it, like if between my best friend and I, who has bought dinner more times, I don't know. But if we
Mhm,
accounted for it, there'd surely be a record, right?
definitely. Okay, I emailed it to you and I'm uploading it to the folder now too. Great. It's uploaded.
Nice. Good job. Yes.
You're
All
good.
right. So I was thinking out loud. So what I was looking at a fiscal sponsorship agreement template that reminded me of like the money flow situation for a fiscal sponsor where they were managing the payment of expenses as well as taking in money, and that would be your situation. So how it's traditionally done is all of the donations or the money that you take from the people that you are being a fiscal sponsorship of goes into your bank, and then on the other side of that, it's not income. It doesn't hit your income and your expense accounts. It goes to a liability account for the exact same amount of money that you received. So at the end of at your balance sheet is it's a positive and a negative that wash. So there's no impact on your bottom line, right? And so when you take in that money into your bank, if you're a fiscal sponsorship and that money is not yours, you really should have a separate bank account. So like an additional checking or something for that other organization to really hold the funds separate. If you haven't done that already, then I mean you need to at least then be making sure at the end of each month that you have at least the amount of money that you owe that organization. So like if the relationship were dissolved, you could give them every penny that you owe them at that time. And that's why people keep it separately so that they don't accidentally spend somebody else's money on operations, right? Uh,
Totally.
so when the money comes in, you put it into their bank account, and that goes into QuickBooks on the bank side normally for you taking in money, and then you would put it into a liabilities account and named for that name for the organization, fiscal sponsor held funds. And then when expenses are incurred and you pay them, so an expense will hit your bank account and you'll take the money out of there, and then geez.
Mhm.
And that's where I was trying to remember if it was a two-parter or a four-parter, because I believe that I don't think that it goes from out of your bank to the expense category because it's not your expense, right? It's their expense. Maybe if it's a shared expense, if you're covering 50 and they're covering 50, then you would have like a more complex transaction. But if it's all of their expense, then I think, and I can do more research that it might be it goes out of your bank and then also out of that liability account because that's money that you no longer owe them, right? And it was an expense for your org, so it shouldn't really live on your statement of income and expenses as a P&L. But if it does, in that case, then you would hit the bank and then your expense account for, like food costs, right? And then you would hit their liability account for how much money that you owe them and then also the food expense or income from or some sort of like other like income or dummy account basically that's saying expenses related to fiscal sponsorship. So if it's a four-parter, it would be like your bank and the expense, and then either the same expense account or a like named that's used all like only for those expenses, which I don't think that's probably correct because when you file your 990, the whole point of having your income and your expense accounts would be to not have to do the more math, right? So it doesn't really make sense to run it through yours as well, unless it's some sort of like shared or like really ingrained situation. So I think it's fine to go out of your bank and then out of the money owed bucket. So it only lives on your balance sheet.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the financial documents that I have for the Crossroads Fund that I was looking for don't go back far enough for before we close our fiscal sponsorship. So I can't see how it lives um, on their financials. But I am seeing if I have anything in my drive randomly.
More than okay. Can I give you more information? Do you need more time to
Yeah.
process?
No, please do. I'm listening.
Um, so there's a document we have called our project activity tracker that I basically took the format that you've given us for our accounting and I asked all the producers of Genderfucked projects to do their accounting.
Mhm.
So they put it in there to say, hey, Don, I spent this money, we received this money. Then when I go in and do the accounting, we do the same format color code that you've sent us. So we blue it if it's right or purple. We put yellows when we have questions or missing receipts. And we put other things if we need other things or have other questions. And so for We Are Collective, this group, starting in 2024, we had their balance. It was the money they started with. And since then, everything they've been accounting, they've like put through there, sent us the receipts, and we've been able to process. We have processed it as though it was a class. So we did the We Are Collective class, which is one of our
Sorry, point
subclasses.
of, I need a question at that point. So they have a card. So they have the card for your bank account because you said that they're spending the money and then telling you how they spent it. Does that mean that they're spending it from their separate bank account or from your bank accounts?
We've only had one bank account the whole time that we've existed.
I'm sorry, your phrasing implied that like they were making the expenses. Or do they have cards or are they like initiating transactions from your accounts?
Yes. So like when they have a rental, we're
Right.
sending a Zelle for the rental. They have a debit card, so any expenses they bought for like lights or things like that, they're expensing.
Yeah.
All of it's been all together in one bank account and as though they were just a gender fucked project.
Right.
We
Okay.
haven't
That's
done the
all.
liability things. Yeah. So it is currently all together and has been accounted for in an all together way.
Okay. And I think that it'll be like if you're closing it out and it's never been separated, then I think it might be okay to skip the whole like making it proper as far as moving it to a different bank account. Um, and I'm gonna listen further, but I'm wondering like how much correction of your books you're gonna need to do. Because if you're gonna like handle it as like a true fiscal sponsorship, then you're gonna need to do some accounting things. And I might actually need to get a CPA to help you like make sure that everything is proper and all legal because I think that's sort of advanced. I could kind of like I know the basics, but I've like kind of worked it. I haven't designed it. And then alternatively, I'm thinking if you might be able to sort of play it off or, because the relationship is closing, you might sort of like call it. something else, right? You might kind of like call it a collaboration or whatever. You took in money, and if you haven't filed taxes on that yet, you're filing it as donations to you, right? You're not saying it's, oh, donations that were for us, but it's not for us, it's for them. You can just say, okay, it was donations to us. And then all of the expenses you've been tracking that are related to that program, that's cool, that's cool. But if you have money that was supposed to be for that project that hasn't been spent yet, that you and your relationship is at an end, you might be able to like think of it more as a, okay, well, now we're gonna do a sub grant. We're not holding your fiscal sponsor funds and then returning to you the balance due, which is some really, that's some complex accounting that's
That's some complex shit. Yeah.
right. Yeah, and it actually like really regulated, important that it is done correctly.
Yeah.
We'll look at your moo, but you might even want to make an additional moo or something like relabeling it or redefining the thing, saying that you've collaborated and you've taken in this much money that for the project that you're collaborating on, and now the collaboration's at an end, you're going to subgrant the remainder of the funds, as opposed to saying we're going to give you the balance of your funds that we're holding.
Lee, this is why I'm talking to you. I feel like you are the comrade who is helpful to help me figure out like what is it that we're doing because fiscal sponsorship is like a word nonprofits use, but I you describing this sounds like we didn't do a fiscal sponsorship.
Well, you actually did, but you didn't. You simulated the relationship with none of the controls, which is a naughty.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
bop, 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 but we might be able to pretend like it never happened
Yeah, because it didn't.
by, or sort of like mollify an auditor. You have very low risk of being audited, and as you know, like I don't. I'm advising on all the things that might be done, and so like while it's creative accounting to relabel an arrangement, you got to think about like what is the risk of audit? What is the paper trail? What is reasonable? Like if you didn't do all of that work to set it up that way, you're gonna have to restate you're gonna have to redo your entries. You're gonna have to do a lot of corrections in your accounting and like set up some accounting stuff that is pretty complex, only to close it down right away. So
Literally.
if this were an ongoing relationship into the future, I'd be like, we got a big project to do, and I might be able to do it with just having somebody like kind of check over my work, or I could either refer you to somebody. But because it's ending, we might be able to call it something else.
I'm very down for that plan. I appreciate
But like
the
on the up and up, so like a new,
yes.
depending on what you show me, yeah, or
Exactly, exactly. And then the secondary thing I was going to ask is so we have meetups, we have Trans Voices Cabaret, we have Pre-Dance Freakout, we have T for T open mics. Those are all gender fucks projects. We Are Collective is leaving. And then we have a group called Puppet Queers that we've worked with in this similar lens of um like fiscal sponsor. And so I'd love to know more like about what we should do with them. Their relationship isn't ending now. But I think it might be better to do what you're talking about for them too, because I don't know if it'll be an ongoing thing. And honestly, Genderfucked doesn't have the money yet to even pay a bookkeeper. So having a fiscal
I
sponsor,
don't. You should not be a fiscal sponsor if you don't have your own accounting on lock. It's very
great,
irresponsible. Actually,
very
like
clear,
I'll always tell you the truth. Like it's a bad idea.
great.
I love you and you're doing amazing things, but this shouldn't be one of them.
Mhm.
At this point in your financial like.
We're not going to fly too close to the sun. We're not going to be the
Yeah,
Chinese
and
tourists.
because like it's not even because I mean it's just like the risk that you put the people that you're trying to help, right? I mean we all know like fucking like white saviors that go and fuck up an entire ecosystem because they want to be helpful, but they don't know what they're doing. That they don't know the environment, and like fiscal sponsorship is like a really regulated and rich people game kind of thing, and a way that they can like sort of like hand out money and control like grassroots orgs, right? So like there's just a lot of like pitfalls, I think like it does put you in danger. It also puts them in sort of like a compromisable position. And also like, if you have something formal on paper and you're not doing the accounting and they get feelings because people get feelings, who
People
knows?
get feelings.
Like, and it's not really solid. Like, so maybe if it's not an audit risk, it's still like a legal liability. Uh,
Totally. That makes
so
perfect sense and is super helpful. I will listen and do these things, and then I'm probably going to repeat that process for puppet queers, and then give them the option to let them know, like, become a gender fucked project and like be in this nonprofit or leave, which sounds like a better idea.
Yeah. So what I'm reading right now, I'm the fiscal sponsorship agreement that is yours. I would definitely like, I mean, you can't burn this forever. I would say that you would need to form like a MOU, like a memorandum of understanding, right?
Right.
And that would be like a collaborative, like a relationship sort of agreement. Like like CCBF isn't the fiscal sponsorship of the coalition to end money bond, but we're like one of many orgs that are part of this thing, right? And we take money and we hold it in a separate account and we do all these things. But it isn't like, and we are like returning money out, and it is like kind of the same-ish, but without that specific regulation. And so like how they handle it is with the memorandum of understanding and sending the money back outwards when they're not using it anymore. So if we take in money, we handle it all as straight up donations to us, which is what you probably already did,
That's
what
what we've
you
done.
what's already on your books. So that
Yeah,
mirrors what you've done. And if you ever have to send, and if expenses, like if we pay for expenses, we just expense it on our books, like I'm sure you have already done.
exactly.
If they ever want to give money back out to them, we do some sort of a calculations. We like, oh, this is the bank balance, or this is what we expect. We sign an agreement, a memorandum of understanding saying, okay, per our agreed calculations, we owe you this amount of money, and we're sub-granting it to you. And so you become a grantor. Uh,
Hmm.
and so,
Exactly.
yeah. And so
Yeah.
that's very different and highly unregulated, as opposed to the
Yeah. I would love
scary.
to work. I would love to learn how to do that part. And that sounds like the thing that we need to be doing. I feel clear about the understanding of what I need to do and can find legal documents I need to do the sub-grantor stuff too with We Are Collective. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for helping me figure that out, Lee.
Yeah. I was like, don't be a fiscal sponsor. I'm scared.
It's not the time. It's not ready.
It's not ready.
We're just baby eggs.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Okay.
amazing.
Um, okay. It was getting too warm with the sun, and it's not that time of winter where that feels good.
Oh, I'm on the east side, so it's just now I'm in the shade. I should
Oh,
actually go to my balcony.
oh, very nice.
Okay, so I've got this open. Moo brand. Yeah, so I'll just share my screen really quickly,
Sounds perfect.
and I won't show you anything sensitive, but here's like a little. So a memorandum of understanding, you can like sort of legalese it, or you might be able to find a template online. I might be able to get a template for you from my contacts if you're having trouble, or like come up with one. So you just have your logo, memorandum of understanding, and then sort of like legalese it with ABCs and sort of like outlining formats, description of the grant. You call it a grant. So you just mirror sort of like a grant agreement or a grant award letter, and
Perfect.
sort of like what is your relationship. And so like this is sort of like you guys are part of the coalition that we're part of, but you'd say we were in relationships over this program that we were putting together. And then you sort of say like during a relationship we took in money, and we had expenses, and the unused portion of the money we took in is this much. And then you have like the grant amount, and then the grant payment would be all funds will be dispersed upon agreement. Grant period would be you can just put this year or whatever.
Perfect.
And you might want to put like you can put like unrestricted grants. Using the word unrestricted is good because that allows them, restricted grants have reporting capabilities and all of that, and you're not going to ask them what they're using it on. You don't give a fuck, it's theirs. Um,
Great.
and then you can do like some sort of like little goals and activities if you want. All of this stuff is sort of extra. Like this is the most important part.
That's the meat. That's the meat right there.
Yeah. And then if you do have some sort of agreement or something that you want to fill it out with, or you have like maybe some verbiage from right here that you've already written, except you take out the word fiscal sponsor and you
Perfect.
say collaborator or project partner
Got
or
it.
something that, some sort of unregulated words that
Perfect.
author.
Language matters. Language matters.
It really fucking does, apparently.
It
Don't
does.
ah.
This document you're sharing with me now is not one you could drop a link that I could use as a template, or no?
I would have to make a template out of this. I can't.
Drop it specifically because
Yeah,
that's
I can't give you this, but I can give you I can template it for you. That makes sense.
yeah. If you wanted to do that, that would be major help, but I can go
It-
find one online too.
Let me look actually.
Take your time.
Let me just add the word template. No, bitches. So let me stop sharing while I in case I show anything.
Take your time. I'll give a little. So
And
we
I'll get
our MOU that the angel that is Lee has drafted up for us, and looks great. We're gonna set it up to do that for We Are Collective. Right now we're looking at our statement, our dang it, what's it called with all the numbers?
chart of accounts.
Chart of accounts. Thank you. We're looking at our chart of accounts to find where it will be filed under when we do our actual grant payment out to them for the end of our relationship. I texted my two other executive admin people in Genderfucked, and they were like, "We thought we weren't doing a fiscal sponsorship," and they wanted me to tell you also thank you for helping us out.
That's why. Mm.
I'm gonna give it a little pause again. You can press play again.
Right now, I'm just mapping out the updates to the chart of accounts.
Thank you.
And all of the things that the people that you're working with are not nonprofits, right? And that's why they don't have their own stuff, right?
They're
Okay.
baby grassroots. Yeah. No bank account, no business setup, no nothing. Monies. I love monies.
Okay, so I'm stopping my share and I don't have login to your QuickBooks, do I still?
You could. We've
Yeah,
changed
let
the
me
email on it, so now it's admin at genderfucked with an H.org. But it's
oh
the same password as before.
no, you know what? I should walk you through it to better teach you how to manipulate these things. Although you should almost never be manipulating your chart of accounts. Um,
Yes, I have not touched that chart of accounts unless I'm with you and you were instructing me to.
So 6700. So first I would like you to on the yeah that and then hold over transactions. Nope. Oh, hold over. Actually just go to yes. And then chart of accounts is down there.
Should I flag that one too? Like,
No, just no. Just stay there. Yeah.
got it.
Get rid of that sidebar.
Got it.
And then you can type in the number 6600.
Like Satan.
Yeah, and then that little drop down blue arrow on the bottom right,
Yep.
go to edit.
Got
And
it.
uh, so what I wanted to do is to I want to bump this account down in the number so that I could keep the grants to nonprofits and the grants to not nonprofits together on the chart of accounts. And I'm betting $1 million that you haven't used this yet, so there won't be any file naming or whatever's.
No, we have
So
it.
I want to renumbering this also, even if you had any transactions, that would take all of that work that you had and move it over. So QuickBooks would be fine. But if you have very anal retentive file naming procedures, then you would have like the wrong number
Number.
on any
Yep.
right? So you might have to, so you could either make a note, for audit for yourself or for audit that, any prior to this date entries or files would be names with an incorrect or the former account number, right? Or you could just go in and you could search your Google Drive for everything with that account number and just update the file names real quickly.
Great.
Whatever. So with that said, when you are shifting something like this and you need to like kind of like renumber it or take a number from something else, you have to change the account number of the existing account before you can add the other one for orders of operations because you can't have two of the same number. So when you open up this edit account, the account number that's over on the right, you see the 66. Can you change that to 6700?
Got it.
One second. I can't give you. Where's my? Well, can you open up? You're in that folder. So why don't you open up the chart of accounts? Just so you're used to opening it and seeing it.
Save what I just did or exit?
No, in the drive folder. So go back to
Yep.
drive.
Got
I was
it.
gonna ask
Drive.
you a copy paste over our chat, but it's not there. So open up the chart of accounts. It should be in the same folder that.
Oh, yes, yes. This should be no. So it's going to be on the old account because I don't think we've shared it yet to our new email.
Yeah,
Um,
let me. Oh, okay. Here, I'll. Oh, fuck.
you're good. I got it. Chart. And I can send an email later with the new email to be like, hey,
This chart of accounts should be shared to your new one. I think you have an editor, so you can share it to your other one.
oh, you right. You right. Thank
Yeah.
you. Lead
Yeah, so I
thinking
see that you're in
ahead.
there. So now do you see that I've highlighted those two on the first tab that you're in, the sub grants for line 6600.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted you to go ahead and copy the words sub grants to, yeah, that title. Just copy that and hold it. All right, so go back to QuickBooks
Got
and we
it.
weren't quite done with the other one, but I have ADD. So we just updated that number. That's cool. And there's no other updates that need. So just hit save.
Got it.
And now just delete that. And can you click X on that ad so that we have more real estate?
Yeah, why would
Because they're
QuickBooks?
fucking terrible. Now scroll down to about the area that we were to the 6,000s.
Yes. I just love the nonchalant crassness. It's very relatable. I understand.
All right. So what I'm looking at is keep going down. There we go. Stay. So you can see that in here that these aren't sub accounts. They're like, do you see how repairs and maintenance and equipment is kind of stepped over?
Hmm.
That's implying that it's a sub account, and you can see the account type, expenditure, and detail type. There should be more information, but there's not. But so it's a sub account of those. But so what we're checking for is that, the other one that we're likening this to, the donations to nonprofits. We want to set it up similarly to that. So if I'm not here, you can always like, oh, I need to do something that's almost exactly like this. So go to the arrow and go to edit, but we're not going to edit it. But that's how you
Yes.
look at it.
Here, here.
Go to edit.
Got it?
Can't just view it, you have to say. So what I just want you to notice is you've got the account name and you've got the copy for the new one that you're gonna put there. We have our number that we've stolen, 6,600 is available. You can see that that account type is at, don't scroll yet.
Got it.
So one box at a time. So the account type is at expenditures. Detail type is charitable contributions, which will be a little bit different for us.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can see that sub account was not ticked, further confirming that it wasn't. And then there's a little description there. All right, so
Mm-hmm.
cancel out of that.
Great. Cancel out of this.
Oh, I meant the little cancel the green. So now you got to scroll all the way to the top of the chart of accounts. Yeah, it's stupid because the new is buried. Do you see the top right green thing?
Yes.
Now hit the new
That's
button.
silly. It should freeze it.
It should float. Yes.
You get it.
All right. Now paste that account name and 6,600 and then expenditure.
Expenditure.
Now let's do a slow scroll. Uh, keep going. Pause. Other business expense. And
Great.
then I want to look at the other ones though. That's my working.
Working.
Um, give me more.
That's it.
Now, under yeah, that fucking works. Because there isn't gift, and gift is under yeah, okay, that works. So just click out of the yeah. And then go back to the chart of accounts,
Save.
Excel spreadsheet,
Got it. Excel spreadsheet.
the map.
Yes, we're over here. I'm using my patented Lee Dewey expert of having four corners to click onto.
Nice. And
Yes,
then over in the notes field, do you see the can you grab that text from the notes field
I
about what
can.
and then there is a character limit, so we might have to we're gonna do a couple of things once we get over into the paste. And then so just go to the beginning and then delete the note so it starts out with in case. Or actually take all the words out before grant monies.
Got
So
it.
in case you ever, yeah, grant monies and then given no between monies and out,
Hmm.
given between
Money.
the monies and out. So it's the third, it'll be the
Oh,
third word.
right, given.
Right, right. So given, yes.
Clear.
Space, grant monies given out to groups, orgs that do not, and then hit control end.
Control the letter N.
No, control and the arrow, the right arrow. So you go to the
Got it.
sentence.
Oh, I understand now. Yes, did it.
Control beginning,
Control, and
control
that's
left,
the up arrow.
left. No, control left or up would be the, it'll take you to the top if there are multiple lines. If you want to stay in the same line, you just go the left arrow.
Clear.
Okay, that's great. And then save.
Save.
Save that shit. All right.
Yeah. Let we go check to make sure it's there.
Mhm.
Yep. 6,600 sub
Fucking
grants to groups and
delightful.
individuals. Depreciation expense.
Yep,
Great.
love it.
Okay. That makes sense. So then that's the code I'm going to use once I have that money processed and put it through with them.
Yep. And
Um,
that'll be yes for the against the check. So that'll be on the money that you give out. And you won't do any other transactions in your books till then. It was just the money taking it in and then how many expenses. And then if you've got it everything classed up correctly, then you should be able to run a report for that class type. So go to the three lines and arrows
the three
over
lines and arrows on the top
top,
right.
top left. Yeah, top
Yeah.
left. We want that sidebar again. And go to reports,
Got it.
middle.
Reports.
There you
Menu.
go.
Wait. Transactions. No
It's
menu.
between those two things. Nope,
Oh,
reports.
LOL. You
And
know when
then
you're like, you should see it, but you don't? That's
I
the
do.
energy.
I have ODD. Yes. Now close that
Oh,
sidebar.
close it. Get that sidebar out of here. What are you
All
doing?
right. So like most of the time, the only things you're ever going to look at are like the financial position and activity. Those are the only two reports I only ever look at hardly. But like kind of go down a little bit. Pause. So we've got statement of activity by class, which you could run from the statement of activity. You don't really need that. I'm trying to see if there's like a decent scroll down a little bit. Scroll. Skip the who owes you.
Got it.
Uh,
Yeah, because we've classed every expense out to them. So anything we paid for We Are Collective is classed whack right now.
scroll.
Scroll.
Scroll. Expenses and vendors. That's the section.
Got it.
I mean, there's expenditure. No, I guess there isn't. All right, scroll all the way to the top and just go to the statement of activity. Same fucking report we always go to.
Statement
That's
of activity.
all right. Now, no, go to the top.
Top
Instead of this year to date, let's do all dates.
all dates.
No, top left.
Got it.
Report. It's
Top
the first.
left. This year to
Yeah,
date.
no,
All dates.
actually, if we'll pause, when I go to a place, I notice that you immediately scroll down to the middle. That's naughty. If you're an entry-based accountant, or if you're like trying to like it, it doesn't work very well for QuickBooks.
Yeah, because QuickBooks always is giving you a certain setup, right? You got to go
Yeah,
the right thing.
right. And so like both like as for good data entry hygiene and also for readability, you want to take in a moment, stop pushing buttons over there.
Okay. Okay.
A little bit before you do anything. And you also want to kind of like drive yourself. Remember when we were filling out entries, I was like, use your tab button, not your click around, because you
Yep.
miss, right? And so like when I'm training you, I sort of operate from that school of thought, right? So if I'm telling you something, you can almost guarantee that I'm starting the top left unless it's we're going to the gear icon, which happens to be the top right, right? So
Yep.
I'm gonna take us through things box by box, or I'm gonna even if I'm not having you push something, I might have something to be like, notice this or notice this. So
Definitely.
yeah,
And
so first thing that we'll
keep
do
going.
is the all dates and
Got it.
then display columns by
Got it. Display columns by
class
class. Very classy.
and tab. And so you can there are different things that you can do with the active and non-active. Let's leave it like that. We don't need any comparisons right now, but that would be how you would run reports for like if you want to see this year versus last year. So at this point, we'll just run report.
Run report.
And now, okay, don't scroll down. Go all the way to the right.
All the way to the right.
Oh, it gave you the old fucking go back to the okay. Start back by the three lines. There's a glitch. Um,
Got it.
it pulls
Back.
up the old report, and the best way to get it back from because it's going to keep glitching. So go back to the three lines and get the sidebar. We're going to start back
Lines
over.
on the sidebar. Got it.
We did too many things, and it glitched it. So go to reports again.
Reports.
Yep, there we go. And then close the sidebar,
Close the sidebar.
and then statement of activity. It'll be good for you to nail it down. And then all dates,
All dates.
and then classes.
Classes.
All the way to the left. There, nope, all the way to the
Wait.
left.
Oh, yes. This one?
Yep. So it's display columns by classes. And you could do it by days, but days it would be horrible. Don't ever do that unless you're like a week. Yeah, but so there's a couple of things. Actually do that drop down again because you should be familiar. So there's like totals only, which is what it's automatically at, and then months and quarters and years are the most useful time periods.
Mhm.
I never do donors or vendors or employees. That seems like it'd be ridiculous. How many vendors do you have right now? Do you want that many columns? Or
No,
all
absolutely not.
Oh, never. Classes is reasonable and it's very you should be giving a this report by class to your board. So when your board is formed, like we should have a training on financial reporting for boards.
Yeah,
Uh
absolutely.
so yeah, so we're gonna keep the class and then so you can click on run report now.
Run that report.
And then fuck you. Can you refresh your browser page?
Yeah.
And then go back to reports. We're gonna
Go back to
It
reports.
didn't, yeah, for some reason it didn't fix the glitch. It's sending you to the old view, but I can't train you on that because it's going to disappear. Yeah, go ahead and close the sidebar.
Got it.
Actually, don't even just do all dates and don't run it by class right now. Just hit run report. I've got an idea.
I hit run report.
Okay. That doesn't really work. Okay, we're gonna have to do the run by classes.
Run by classes. Got it.
Run report. Um,
Can we just manually make it smaller?
I mean, yeah, but they change and it's not uh, careful. If you fall off, then it'll put it all back. So yes, you can adjust widths, but it's kind of a bitch. So you can see here, like your for the 24 for whack, you've got all of your revenue, and then
Hmm.
you see this gross profit. So that should be right now you're saying that you've only gotten $35 for them ever, and that you've spent 567. So you owe them negative $567 as of the point of your accounting right now.
Hmm.
So if you know that you've gotten more donations that were supposed to be tied to them, then that those entries do need to be classed properly. Otherwise, this report won't work. Because what we're doing right now is getting you like sort of a P&L for them. And like if all of the entries that were associated with them were classed for them at that point, then you could have like then this net revenue should be what you owe them.
Totally.
However, it depends on maybe sometimes if you enter something a certain way into QuickBooks, it doesn't give you the options for classes because like technically classes are more related to income and expenses, right? Or to expenses and not necessarily bank transactions. So
Yeah.
like, do a
So far
trans
on income, we've done it the way we originally talked about, which is donations, even if they are for an individual project, are always classed as general because you were telling me that that helps to make sure when we pay it out, it doesn't always have to specifically go to that project.
right, except when there is really a specific project that you're tracking money for. And in those cases, those
That's We
need
Are Collective.
that's why, right. So you need to go and do a bunch
Yeah,
of
we can go back then and I'll do that with Neil at our next accounting day is go through and all of the income they've gotten from donations, class it as We Are Collective because you're right. We're paying it out from We Are Collective, so it needs to be tracked all to We Are
Yep.
Collective.
Yep. And the
Got it.
same thing, then also you'll have some cleanup to do for your other one that you're like pretend fiscal sponsor for. But you're not an FP.
We are
Not
not. We are not a fiscal
an
sponsor.
FP. All right.
Recorded on this meeting.
Yeah. FS.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I agree and will do. Theirs is much less complicated because they're so grassroots. They do communist barter and trade for like a lot of their stuff. And they also do cash only for a lot of their things. And like they were like, Don, I was like, don't tell me about your cash. I don't know about it.
I
Like,
didn't hear
yeah,
anything.
exactly. Exactly. So they're fine. They're actually pretty straightforward. We like took money in and sent it back out. And then they're a part of our producer mentorship program. So they also hired a BIPOC person to lead the program, which is great.
Beautiful.
Yeah. And we'll see. They're also the person I'm working with is very financial trauma from working with organizations in the past, taking money from them. So I
Yeah.
think they're building that trust with us, but the project would make a lot of sense as a gender fucked project. I think they're just seeing like one, if we can get money, which we're getting grants, and two,
Mhm.
if they can trust us to operate their money too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get there. That makes sense. I'll fix those things. This is helpful too, and I realize almost every time I talk to you, I'm asking about a specific thing, and you teach me about like a larger picture thing that helps me understand what is actually happening, and I'm really
Great
grateful.
point.
You get it.
Now, if we have a few minutes left, if I could,
Yeah.
can we just
Stop
look
share.
at the reports and oh no, I would
Oh.
say that. Go back.
Go back.
So now, what I like to do with my ongoing, like folks, like when there isn't a specific thing to train or when we have a few minutes, is I look at, I don't have time to like review and like proof all of your entries or, and that would be unreasonable. But what I am pretty good at is looking at financial statements ran and spot checking for possible variances and mistakes and issues.
Got
Um,
it.
uh you go ahead and yeah, so it's great that we have this ran by classes. So whenever I run statement of activity, all dates, classes, the very first thing that I look for in acid testing is everything classed? Because if you had missed something, there would be a column here that says unclassed or not classed, not
Got it.
specified. Oh, not specified, I think is what it uses. So already I see that everything is classed, which is highly unusual.
Train me
Uh,
right.
you did good. Okay, now
Okay.
let's do a slow scroll down all because I want to look at all of the accounts used. So pause. Next thing I was looking, is there anything in account 4010 individual donations? No. And that is good because some people just put all of their singles up there and then the recurrings down in the line, but we're not doing it that way. We have the individual donations as the header within the single and the recurring underneath it. I do notice that you only have single donations. So I'm asking, are you sure that they're all singles or do you have any recurrings hiding?
Okay. So clarifying information is that so far, every donation we've received has not been like in an agreement of sorts of any kind, being a recurring donation. And donors have donated more than once to us.
Are not recurring. Those are
Not recurring, but have
multiple.
donated more than once. So
Yeah, those
that
are
so counts as a
multiple
single,
individuals.
right?
Yeah. So
Okay.
like it would be recurring if it were like via PayPal giving like and it were automated. And so
Yeah.
like if it were through a third party platform usually and then
Yeah.
those have a label that say recurring. And then you can also like sometimes you don't really know if it's recurring or not, but like you'll get like DAF grants and if it's payroll and you get the same amount and it's regular, like maybe you have filed a couple as individual, but if you notice a pattern, then it's completely appropriate to update to recurring right? If you notice, like it's coming, like if it's presenting that way and it's clearly through a platform that's like pretty automated, then it's very safe to do it, even if you don't have the backup that says recurring on it.
Very
But
clear.
however, like you wouldn't, even if somebody came in every day on the first and gave you a $10 in cash, unless you had like a written agreement saying, I want to give you like that would be an individual donation still, even if like because it's not automated. You see
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
recurring an automated donation that you can and the reason why we separate them out is for budgeting because you can reasonably expect those to continue.
Yes.
It's also helpful to figure out how much of your money is from sustainers and how much is from one-offs.
Exactly. Very
Yeah.
helpful. Thank you.
All right. And now looking down below that, we've got sales income, event ticket sales. Perfect. Expenditure. Can you give me a little more room? Make expenditures the top line.
Make expenditures the top line.
That's good.
Uh,
No, just scroll back up. That's good.
the other thing is that as we've been processing, we are like getting everything in our trackers, right? And making sure those are all aligned and set up each month by month. And we're doing a lot of the simple transactions first, and then headed to the more complex transactions at the end. I'm building out like a little note thing of like, here's my plan for these things, and here's what I'm going to talk to Lee about. But like getting through all the bigger stuff to see kind of like where the gaps are. So what you're looking at is a lot of like all of the payments to people, all of the donations, all of the like simple stuff that you've taught me that I taught Neil, taken care of. But other things not processed yet.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm only like looking for things that are. So the first thing that I want to look at is it's down, it's towards the end. It's on bank charges and payment processing fees, and it's that negative 29 cents.
I see it. So silly.
Click on that negative 29 cents, the gray one. There you go. And
Will
that
it
should
show me?
be right there. Mm.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, then if this is a fee reversal on a donation payment, how come the fee isn't there? And where are your donation fees going?
This was one that I did with you where there was like one individual like fee reversal on a donation that we got from PayPal. PayPal charged
Right.
us a fee, then refunded us the fee, I think, something like
Okay.
that.
Have you processed any of those donations? Why don't we have any fee? Because I see donations being processed, but there's nothing in this bank charges. This is all dates for our bank charges. That is highly unusual.
Totally.
So, uh,
The
so go
way
back.
that our donations work right now is that the only platform that charges fees is PayPal.
Right.
We have
But you
not
don't have any PayPal fees here.
yes, we don't have a ton of ones from PayPal, and they've been like tabled. That's the next thing that I'm
Okay, so
training.
they're not processed yet. Okay, because
Yes,
that's why
exactly.
I'm like, why is this negative? Like,
This
do
is
you have
negative because of you taught me, and this was one that you did with me.
right?
And
And
then
it's
the
just
rest
ahead.
of the
Like,
processing is going to come through as we do the rest of
yeah,
PayPal. But Neil just moved, so taking our time.
no,
Yeah,
no worries. Okay, now go back out of there, and then go. Oh shit, it glitched.
let me see.
Yeah, and just run statement of activity, and don't run it by class, just all dates. Perfect. All right, now stay hit on single donations.
Click on single donations.
The total, the number, the total, the 2914, the gray. Yeah.
I
So
understand.
when I'm looking at these things, like if when how you get to the list of transactions is you hit on the you click on the link for the amounts, right?
Got
If
it.
you click into the account names or some of the other information, it can take you sideways. So like the general rule is to try to hit the number, the amount. That usually takes you to the transaction listing or to the specific transaction. So now that we're here, this is I want to teach you how to clean this up real quick.
Great.
So do you see the columns where there's the number 10 up there, kind of at the
Yeah.
header? I
Yeah.
click on columns. And now this is what I do every single time I open up one of these slowly. So I leave date and then I untick trans type, untick number,
Num.
and then untick name, keep memo, untick account full name, untick account, and then go to the bottom listing and scroll down to donor. Click donor, and now go back up to the columns and kind of like go so you can see the bottom. Now do you see the little like six squares?
Yes.
Uh, so you can like drag that up. So drag it so it's like right before memo. That's
Clear.
fine also. And now click the X to make that column thing. Yes. And now the next thing that we do is we're going to resize only one account column, and that will be for the amount to hide that 4011 single donations.
Got
Kind of
it.
over the first column. Yeah, just kind of zip it closed because you can't. There we go. And now that's perfect. And now, ah, fuck. You did it too far. And now that's fine. We can see everything. It's fine.
Expand it a bit.
Oh, it's fine. Leave it.
Yeah. Got it.
Okay. Now let's slowly, so get where your cursor needs to be on the white field and not in the report. So if you scroll right here, it's going to only scroll the inside. If you scroll while you're on the out, then it'll move everything. So I want to first scroll just a little bit while you're there.
The regular page won't scroll for me.
The
This will
regular,
scroll for me.
oh, that's the only one.
Yeah,
Oh,
this part won't scroll for me, but I can
oh,
reset
I see
that.
it's working. Okay, that's fine. That's good. Oh, you can also see, do you see that up arrow right before the green under general options?
Yes. This
The
one.
up arrow? Yes. There we go. A little bit more. All right.
Oh, real
Now,
estate.
all of that was just to fucking read the report. Thanks, QuickBooks. All right. Now,
Cool.
just really slowly, if you can just kind of scroll through
Hmm.
on the, yeah, so I can look at them a little. Yeah, you can do like, mm, all right, another little up, another little up, another. Yeah, and you can do it a little bit faster,
Okay.
just like as fast as you can reasonably, like kind of scan.
Hmm.
Going, keep going, keep going. All right, everything looks pretty good.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I'm not seeing all of these donations came in. Can you click into Bianca Thompson?
Yes. Bianca is one of our dancers. We have the D after because we also pay Bianca.
Yeah, I loves that. I knew exactly what it was.
You
Um,
knew. Top
Venmo
10.
doesn't charge any fees.
Yeah, Venmo doesn't charge any fees unless we have a business Venmo account. We currently have a personal Venmo account.
There it is.
Yeah, that's how we cheated it.
Okay. And you've got it because it goes into Venmo, and then you're gonna be emptying your Venmo into your, and then the Venmo might, they don't even have transfer fees on personals if you do
No?
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
As
Scroll
long as you
down.
don't ask for a specific time. You want me to exit out of this?
No, scroll down.
Go down.
Okay. I was just checking to see if you have your memo in the memo field and scroll back up.
Hmm.
So I like that. You've got it in the description and the memo because in different reporting, it'll grab different ones. And I was also checking to see if you had a file attached. So exit out of that. And then with the last 4 minutes, really quickly, let's go to reports again
Okay.
and hide the side,
I decide
financial position.
financial position.
Oh, already
Oh,
there.
statement of financial
Yeah.
position.
And then all dates
All dates.
and then run report.
Run report.
All right, let's do a slow scroll. Pause. And then Venmo, I'm sure just click into Venmo
Got
on the
it.
25. I click on the number, the
Yep.
balance. There
Uh-huh.
we go. And then fuck the things, just kind of like give me a little scroll. Show me towards the bottom. Kind of like start at the bottom.
Gotcha.
Okay. Um, kind of show me the right. No, stay, yeah. I mean, it might be because you're not quite caught up, but I would pay attention to see if like something is wrong. Scroll to the bottom because you're going at a large negative balance right now. So
Hmm.
it looks like you had a transfer out and you're getting things, but sometimes like that overlap does happen. It's like a so there might not be a problem, but just pay attention to make sure it doesn't like that it does go back out. And then if you can slowly scroll up, Venmo, if it's too active, you won't see it zero out a whole lot, but yeah, as long as the balance is tying out, then you're cool.
Yeah,
So
I think it's
it's like
because
that.
we did that transfer into our bank account at that time, and then we have, I think, a few more transactions in there that zero it out that we still have to fill in.
That's cool. All
Great.
right, and then pause. To get out of this specifically, go to your web browser's back arrow,
Got it.
and one more time. Good. Okay. Now do the scroll. I want to see the rest of the report. Stop. Looking good.
Great. I think I might take the last 2 minutes to just turn
Okay.
over, use the restroom real quick before my next meeting.
Yeah,
Um,
please.
like I always say, I'm gonna stop the recording.